No puedes jugar boxeo es presentado por Sayer, la marca que desde 1930 viste los puños de los campeones. Por The Aquino Destinations, destinos de ensueño.
Dear Regis, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem.
Finally, a huge opportunity. The vacant title of WBC against Chon Zepeda is going to be a war.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely for sure. I'm super excited about it, man. I'm super excited to be getting to fight for a world title again, and to become a two-time champion. That was my goal, and that's what I want to do. And hopefully everything goes great.
Since 2019, the world of boxing, and of course Rougarou, we are waiting for another title shot. How is the feeling?
I mean, it's great, bro. It's it's great to I like when I lost my title. It's just like in boxing they put you in the pits of hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I've been climbing and scratching my way back up to the top, and I'm still scratching. But once I get the title, I'm back at the top again. And I mean I'm loving it. It feels great to be getting this opportunity. But of course I got to go out there and I got to perform and do my thing.
Awesome. When we talk about your huge career, Heraldes in 2020, 2021, Red Hash, I was there in Atlanta, and then Tyron McKenna in Dubai. So 3 great fights. But to be honest, sometimes I feel that you deserve more opportunities regarding title shots, because it's not because you're my friend and I respect your career, but if you take a look in your weight class division, there's no other fighter like you. Okay, I fight when in any place with anybody, and you are like an old-fashioned fighter. Fight against the best.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm just glad I'm getting a shot right now again. It's just been long enough since 2019. It's been long enough. So now it's just the time again, and it's just I'm just excited that I got the shot right now. But I feel like eventually it was gonna happen because I work hard every day. I train every day, no matter a training camp, no training camp. I train hard every day, and my last few fights, that's I just fight who they put in front of me. That's who they put in front of me. I fight them. I got them out. I knocked them out. I did what I was supposed to do, and so now I'm getting a shot again. So, I'm just, I'm just happy about that.
When you talk about WBC belt, is something special for you? Because I truly believe that is the organism or the belt that is the most recognized around the world.
Yeah, for sure. Between, all of them have their own significance, but yeah, WBC, I held the WBC already. I held the WBC diamond belt. It's actually right here. Yeah. And just to get that again is just, I feel like it is one of the most recognizable belts, so just to get that again it's wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling.
Definitely. When you heard about that Jose Carlos is not gonna fight against Chon, and it happens that you are in the list, how can you tell about that moment? Because you were waiting for a long time for this call, I suppose.
Right. So, I kind of knew it was going to happen, to be honest. I kind of felt like it was going to happen. But then once it happened, I was just super ecstatic about it. But I felt like it was going to happen already. I did feel like it was going to happen. So listen, my last fight in Dubai, before the fight, I go to train in LA. Most of the time, I do my first few weeks, I go train in LA and stuff like that. So, Zepeda trains out there too. And I ran to Zepeda. Me and him saw each other. And when I saw him at that moment, I felt like me and him was going to fight next. And sure enough, that's what's happening. We are going to fight. I don't know if it's a New Orleans voodoo type of thing I got going on, but it's called intuition. And every time I have an intuition, it'll happen. And it just happens like that.
Yeah. And it's funny because when you try to use, let's say, one door, sometimes it's not the door. Listen to this. You're going to fight against Chon Zepeda. God knows who's going to win. But if you win the fight, the opportunity to fight against Jose Carlos Ramirez at the end is gonna be there, but not in the
Right.
way that you are trying to use, because it's been a long time that you are calling Jose Carlos, hey, what happened, and now it looks like closer.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I mean, I feel like everything happened how it's supposed to happen. Everything is gonna happen just how it's supposed to happen, and you know, it all at the end of the day, everything always will work out. You know, for me, you know, something I would live by is that, you know, the harder I work, the luckier I get. You know, so for me, all I gotta do is just keep putting my work in the gym every single day, work, and guess what? Doors will start opening. Look, I mean, look what opened for me right now. You know, just from working, it just a door opened up, and you know, now it's happening.
Definitely. How is the feeling to fight against Chon Zepeda? And I can describe Chon Zepeda like a true and real Mexican warrior.
I mean, same thing like you said, man. True Mexican warrior. He has a lot of skills. He gets dropped and he gets back up and finishes the fight. I mean, true Mexican warrior, man. Super good. He's very talented. You know, left hand, big puncher. I mean, this is gonna be a exciting fight, not just for my division, but I think just for boxing in period.
Definitely, because when we talk about, actually 2 days ago, I was having a conversation with Israel Vasquez. You know this guy, one of the legends of Mexico,
Right?
And he told me, be careful with Rougarou because he's a special fighter. Because we did the play-by-play in Atlanta for Thriller at that point when you knocked him out Red Hash. Remember that it was crazy situation, right?
Yeah.
But Israel told me, be careful with Rougarou, not only 140 pounds. He believes that you can make history as well in 147. What about that?
Yeah. I mean, I might go to 147 eventually one day, but for right now, I think I'm gonna stay at 140 because I think it's gonna be a lot of big fights at 140. A lot of big fights gonna be at 140 coming up, and I feel like I can stay there and I can rule over the division for a little while. So for me, I think that, you know, I'm going to go ahead and stay at 140, maybe go 140. If something big presents itself at 147, then yeah, I'll go up to 147. But I mean, 140 is, I think, I just want to stay there right now because it's a lot of, it's so much money and there's so many big fights that's going to be at 140. And yeah, I think I can stay at 140. Listen, I was thinking about going to 147 before because I thought I couldn't make the weight at 140 because, you know, 2 fights, I missed weight on 2 fights. And I thought, all right, it might be time to go to 147. But then I had a nutritionist and I did everything he told me to do. And I made 140. I made it easy. And so now I know I can stay at 140 right now. I know for sure I can stay at 140. So, you know, if I do go to 147, it'll just be a choice or it'll just be, you know, just to go and see what I can do up there.
Awesome. Could you describe yourself as a fighter that no one fight against him? No one's want to fight with you?
Avoid it, bro. Nobody says my name. Nobody wants to fight me because everybody know, bro, like I'm coming. Everybody know if I fight you, I'm coming. I'm bringing the heat. I'm bringing the smoke. That's what I do, you know? So, yeah, nobody, I'm super avoided, but I'm glad that I'm in this spot right now. So, you know, once I do win a belt again, everybody gonna be calling me out. My name gonna be on everywhere. Everybody gonna want to call me out. But it's like right now, nobody says nothing.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you. And regarding this, and this is my personal opinion, I can see any option to have this rematch with Josh Taylor. I believe that Josh Taylor doesn't want to know nothing about you because that fight, it was a really close fight. I remember it was a divided, you know, like a majority, a draw, and I mean,
yeah, you're right. It was a close fight. But listen, I'm a different fighter right now. I'm totally different. You know, I'm improved. I feel like I'm way more improved. Right, I'm way more advanced right now. You know, I'm only getting better. That's the thing. You know, so it was a close fight, and I still thought I'm not gonna say they robbed me. I won't say that, but I still thought I won the fight. It was a very close fight, but I still feel like I won the fight. But I'm past that now. But I feel like right now I'm just a I'm totally advanced as a fighter. I'm a different fighter. My skills are better and my mentality is different. So, you know, I definitely feel like, yeah, I do want that fight again one day, but you know, we'll see what happens, bro. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely, because in this era of the four belts and undisputed, and you know now the WBC is vacant, WBO as well, and the other two belts just Taylor have it. So this being said, is there any like a goal for you to be undisputed, or just little by little?
It's little by little. I'm not gonna say I won't. I'm not gonna say be undisputed because, you know, the undisputed thing. I know everybody wants to be undisputed right now, and that's the new big thing, to be undisputed. But I mean, maybe for me, my first goal is, of course, to get one belt, and then after that, I'll see where it kind of go after that. But for right now, my goal is to become a champion again, 2-time champion, and then maybe unify, and then maybe try to be undisputed. But you know, that's kind of far in the future for me. I'm not really worried about that. You know, right now, just be a, you know, just be a 2-time world champion. Get the first belt first, and then I'll see what happens after that.
Awesome. Let me ask you this, because I know you not only as a boxer but as a human being, and I respect you as a human being. Let me ask you this. Remember the words of Danny Garcia after the fight of Benavidez. It touched my soul. And I truly believe that in these times, the athletes like you, that you had like a lot of followers, and your words make an impact in the people. What is your opinion about these mental issues, about the balls of Danny Garcia to show to the world, hey, I'm struggling, and it makes me feel like it's like more great fighter, more great human being, and more great son, because he told, hey, my father, you were next to me always. But what is your opinion?
I mean, I commend them, and I take my hat off to somebody that can show so much vulnerability, you know, on such a big stage. You know, it's easy to cry behind closed doors. You come in your house and you close the door, and it's easy for a man to cry. A man, you know, the thing in our society, men are, you know, they looked at as weak if they cry. You know, I mean, from my environment, what I grew up in, a man not supposed to cry, but at the same time, bro, like, men go through things just like everybody else does. And I just commend him to like show that, you know, he needs help, and you know, he wants help, and he's showing the world how vulnerable he is. You know, so I definitely commend him, and you know, in trying to get help for his, you know, his mental health, because that's real. That's a real thing these days. You know, mental health is something that's real serious these days. And I think that for somebody like him to get on that stage and show like you know, he's like a hero of the world, because he's a boxer. You know, he's a real fighter. So for him to get on the world stage and show that vulnerability, I mean, I commend him 100%, because most people won't do that. And then he shows other people, it might be other men, they're not fighters, right? And so if you're a fighter, you looked at as being real tough already. You're a real hard person, you real tough. And he got on there and he showed that. So it really opens up the door for other people to get on the stage and, you know, and try to get their mental health checked also.
Definitely. Now returning to the fight, let's do this exercise. Let me put it this way. You're gonna be the analyst of Regis Prograis against Chon Zepeda. You're not gonna be part of it. So how can you describe this fight as an boxing analyst, please?
Perfect. So look, as a boxing analyst, this is a great fight. First off, not just for the division, but for boxing. Yeah. Why? This is why, right? Why is because, first off, the people, like both of the fighters, Regis Prograis and Chon Zepeda, are both southpaws, right? Both of them are warriors. Both of them have a chin, and both of them have big time power. Both of them have a lot of power. You know, Regis Prograis, he has, I think, an 80-something percentage knockout rate. Chon Zepeda has a high knockout rate. Both of them want to be a champion really bad. Regis Prograis was already a champion, and he really wants to be a 2-time champion. Jose Zepeda, he fought Ramirez for the belt. A lot of people thought Zepeda really won that belt, but he lost. So he wants to get that. He wants to get that chance again. And then third thing, we both share the same trainer. Regis Prograis and Zepeda, they share the same trainer. One of the same trainers. You know, so Julian, he said that he's gonna step out. He's gonna step out this fight. He's not gonna train either one of us. So, you know, all those things is kind of build up, and it builds to a big story. You know, it's a real big story. If whatever promoter takes the fight, if they promote this fight the right way, it'll be big. It'll definitely. There's no way this fight won't be big if the right promoter takes it the right way and builds the story around it. This will be a huge fight.
I 100% agree with you. Let me ask you this, because so many people mentioned that you could be the Triple G in 140, but I said no, it's not the Triple G, it's the Rougarou. But what is your opinion about this? That people are mentioning that maybe you look like the best Triple G.
Yeah, I'm my own self. Right now I'm working to become just better at my skills all around. Like, you know, I used to be more of a brawler, and I can take that brawling and that dog out anytime I want. But right now I'm thinking about more skills. You know, my last 3 fights, I haven't been hit. I probably been hit, like I can count on my one hand how many times I've been hit in 3 fights. You talk about in 3 years, I've been hit only a few times, you know. So my defense is really on par right now. I've been just, you know, I've been just being real defensive, real slick. And at the same time, I can go in there and brawl when I want to. I can hit people hard and I can still knock people out, you know. So that's kind of what I'm working on. I'm not really worried about being nobody else. I'm worried about being myself, you know.
Yeah, and I agree. There's only one Rougarou, and I agree with you. A funny thing that I want to ask you, because I was doing the play-by-play in Spanish when you fought against Red Catch. He argued that you hit in a prohibited place, but yeah, it was insane. Could you describe this? Because as soon as you hit Red Catch, you know that he's not going to be fighting anymore.
Yeah, I knew that already. I mean, he just, you know, he faked it. You know, he wanted to get out some type of way. And I felt like, listen, so I think that was the 6th round, right? And so really, at first I was boxing him a lot. I was just going out there boxing him. I wasn't letting him hit me. And then after that, I was really playing, like I sparred with Ivan. Me and him sparred together. So I knew what I was gonna do to him already. So I was just like the first few rounds I was playing around with him. I was just being slick, just kind of playing around, not really engaging. And so then I told my trainer, I think around the 5th round, I said, all right, I'm gonna start walking about. I'm gonna step it up. And I'm pretty sure he knew what was about to happen. He knew, all right, he gonna step it up right now. Because at first, like I told you, I was just messing around at first. I was just playing around. So then it's like, all right, let me step it up. And so I started stepping up. I started putting the pressure on him more. I started landing harder shots more. And then of course he found some way to fake it. You know, I hit him in the stomach, and then he just said I hit him low and all that. And you know, he found a way to get out. That's all.
Let me ask you 3 more questions, and I really appreciate your time. It's always a pleasure. But we mentioned Triple G. This being said, Triple G, Canelo Triple G 3. What is going to happen? You are a great fighter.
I got Canelo. I think Canelo might actually stop him this next fight. And why? I feel like, you know, Canelo been fighting bigger fighters. You know, he been going up fighting bigger fighters, stronger fighters. And you know, Canelo is like he learned from a loss. You know, he definitely learned from Floyd, and I feel like he's just getting better. You know, he's gonna keep getting better, and at the same time, I'm not saying he's gonna knock him out because of Triple G's his skills, but I feel like Triple G is like 41, 42 years old. You know, Canelo is 30 something years old, so that always plays a big factor. So I feel like, I think in my opinion, which ain't nothing, but I feel like Canelo might stop him.
Definitely. And if you were Canelo team or the Canelo advisor, whatever, you go for the rematch with Bivol in 175, because you know Bivol, he used to train in the same spot, right? In Churchill.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he sure did train in Churchill. But no, if I was him, for me, I don't think. It's just style-wise. You know, Canelo, his style just couldn't beat Bivol. You know, I just feel like he just can't beat him. Maybe I'm wrong, of course, but I just feel like Canelo can't beat Bivol. I feel like he's just too big. His style is that like that. He's too big, and it's hard if you can't hurt the fighter at all, and the other fighter knows you can't hurt him, then what more can you do? Honestly, you could try to box him and stuff, but Bivol is a good boxer also. So I think he tried to aim for greatness. He went up big, but I think he just I don't think that was it.
Yeah. So I don't know if someone already asked you this, but when we think about the past, Gary Ward, Barrera Morales, Israel Vasquez against Marquez, could you imagine a trilogy with Chon Zepeda? Because I truly believe, because of the styles you mentioned, all the styles, all the elements, all the ingredients. So do you believe it could be a trilogy or at least a rematch with Chon Zepeda?
Honestly, I never look at it like that. I just don't. I don't look at it like that. Maybe it can be. I don't know. Listen, one thing about me is I have supreme confidence in myself. Right? I feel like no matter who I fight, I feel like they can't beat me at all.
Yeah.
I just feel like I feel like I don't know, and maybe it's a flaw or maybe it's an advantage, but I feel like nobody can't beat me. If I step in the ring with somebody, I feel like they can't beat me. So like a trilogy will mean that it'll be a close fight, so I just can't see that, I can't see it, so I don't know.
Okay. Finally, dear Rougarou, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a writer in the most important newspaper in Mexico, which is El Universal, and I mentioned you in some articles. And when I did some interviews with you, I just realized that you had already a lot of Mexican followers, and it surprised me, and I like at the same time, because the style, the soul of Rougarou is really appreciated with the Mexicans. So this being said, what can you tell to your Mexican fans?
I thank y'all for the support. I mean, I feel like, listen, like I'm a fighter at heart. I'm a historian. I study the sport. I love the sport. And, I know, boxing in Mexico is huge, just like in the UK, it's really, really big over there. So of course, I'm just appreciative of the Mexican fans. I thank y'all. I just want to thank them and thank for the support. And, I just love the sport. That's all. I really love the sport. I'm a historian. And I just, for me, I want to be the best. So I just thank the Mexican fans, and I'm going to just, keep going out there and just doing me, just go have fun and just keep watching, and I'm just gonna keep having fun, keep getting better, keep improving, and I'm gonna give you what you want to see. If you want to see me brawl, I can definitely do that. If you want to see me box, brawl, whatever, I can do all that stuff. So I definitely thank the Mexican fans.
Okay, so let's close this in Spanish, please. Follow me. Viva México.
Viva México.
Cabrones.
Viva México, cabrones. Yo hablo un poco español, porque sí, porque mi esposa es brasileira y ela habla português. E eu hablo português. E eu hablo espanhol pouquinho.
So, você fala português?
Eu hablo porque em português is eu. Eu is eu.
Eu falo.
Eu falo.
Eu falo português.
Sim, eu falo português. Claro, eu falo português. Eu sou fluente em português, mas espanhol pouco. Eu puedo hablar espanhol también.
Qué maravilla. Rougarou, it's always a pleasure. I respect you. I love you. In No Puedes Jugar Boxeo, which is my brand and my show, it's always your home, your house.
Of course. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Bye bye. No Puedes Jugar Boxeo fue presentado por Seller, la marca que desde 1930 viste los puños de los campeones. Y por Aquino Destinations, destinos de ensueño.